welcome to Titanium Taras Tarot, and today I will be doing a energetic healing from the past week, okay? And the way this works is that it's for anyone who watches this at any time from anywhere on this planet. It also is long distance, of course, and it's timeless, so whenever you watch this is whenever it applies. I will first pull some cards to say what energy are we gonna heal, not specifically, but just to give you an idea of what might be one of the things that we're healing. Then I will do an energetic healing from the past week for my collective. And the collective meaning everybody watches this. That's my collective. So I will mention the decks as I use them, and I will translate because I have one deck which is in French. So with that being said, my gorgeous collective, let's get into your cards. So first deck I'm going to use is called Énergie de guérison from Mario Duguay. It is, as you heard, a French deck. It's energetic healing. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my collective, please come forward and share what they should what will we be healing from last week. It's one of the things we will be healing from last week. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my collective, please come forward and share. And we got Manifestation de la Lumière. Light manifested. Okay. And it says, Je suis à la découverte du beau en moi. I'm discovering what is beautiful within myself. Je travaille mon intérieur pour parcourir et développer dans l'harmonie. I work on myself from the inside in order to grow and develop in harmony. Le bien en moi est plus fort que le mal. The good in me is stronger than the bad. En me libérant de mes défauts de caractère, by freeing myself from my shortcomings, mon cœur se transforme et mon intellect se purifie. My heart transforms and my intellect purifies itself. Je fais grandir ma lumière intérieure. That way, I allow the light within me to grow. That is a very powerful message. Yes, it is. Now, I will be using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. For what? Okay, so please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my collective, what are we going to heal specifically? So we got Seek the Truth. Seek the Truth. I'll read from the booklet later. Now I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot by John Holland to see what else specifically are we going to heal. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my collective, please come forward and share what else we should be healing from last week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my collective, what else will we be healing from the past week's energy? And we have harmony. And I'll read from that too. Next, I will use The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my collective, please come forward and share what else are we going to be healing from last week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my collective, please come forward and share what else we'll be healing from last week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. And we got the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Interesting. Okay. So now we're going to start with Psychic Tarot for the Heart That would be number 7. Indigo. Indigo number 7. Seek the truth. Intuition. Keywords: intuition, question, deception, and inequity. Intuition is a powerful ally, and now is a good time to follow and trust your inner promptings. It may be that all is not as it seems in some of your relationships. Use your psychic sense to determine which of your associations may be questionable. Trust in what your intuition is saying right now. As much as you'd like to trust these people or this person, it is important to question their motives. Be cautious about sharing your most private thoughts and feelings in order to avoid allowing yourself to be placed in a vulnerable position. Be diligent in psychically scanning your interactions for a possible deception. Be aware of one-sided relationships in which the other person is not participating fully or is avoiding obligations and responsibilities. Now is the ideal opportunity to get to the bottom of this behavior, and certainly at all times be sure that your role in your relationships is above, broad and based on honesty. Is above, broad and based on honesty. So make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, is what I'm picking up. Now, next you have the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Talks for harmony. Harmony. Now, harmony is one of the majors. I guess it says this card signifies the possibility that a deep spiritual spiritual initiation, partnership, or union is taking place at this time or is manifesting for the future. Okay, there must be spirit around because my nose is itching. This doesn't always necessarily represent a love affair of the heart, but could signify other forms of relationships in your life, whether they're personal or business related. Remember, not all partnerships have to be one-to-one. They can be forged with a group, an organization, a pet, or even an incident or a situation. The Harmony card is calling to let you know that it's time for you to make choices and in certain relationships. The bonds you form with others are really about you, even in the most difficult situations. They're meant to be mirrors for you, always reflecting back what you need to see. Ask yourself, what am I learning from this relationship? What new qualities am I developing? Is this partnership for my highest good? How can I make it stronger? Are we teaching each other? What have I discovered or am I uncovering about myself through this union? Are the people in my life empowering and encouraging me to be all that I can? Within every relationship, there's an encoded lesson that you've hopefully gleaned, or in some cases, one that you see, or in some cases, one that you still need to learn. Traditional tarot archetype, lovers. So basically, this is talking about relationships and all of the relationships, all the possibilities, right? So you got in one, which is seek the truth in any relation. It doesn't necessarily have to be it is, because it's more like the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. So seek the truth in a relationship. Okay, and then in the second one is find harmony in your relationships. Make sure that everything is on the right footing, and in order to move forward in a happy and with a bright future. So let's go back to the first card, which is the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. And when we're talking about when you free yourself from your bad characteristics, or when you don't, or when you're not tied to them anymore, that is when your heart transforms and your intellect purifies itself. So it is only to be looked after or tried to achieve. The thing that we need to look for is to really be able to seek the truth in any situation, not just with people, the relationship that we have with ourselves. So ultimately, it's all about what we can manifest, what we can allow ourselves to do, be, do, or have, and in order for us to become better. Now, I'm going to move on to the energetic healing portion with my trusty paper for my collective and my pendulum. Alright, so what I suggest you guys do, if you want to be part of this bit as a meditation, you can close your eyes and go within, or you can just listen to me talk for like 15 minutes, as you wish. So, with that, close your eyes, go within, start connecting with your center. So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. As we saw today, the main idea, right, is all about harmony with yourself and others, as well as being able to see the truth, because it is only in knowing what you're dealing with that you can clearly deal with something, right? You know that is only when you are certain of what you are up against or what you're working with. It's all for the better. It's all for you to get to a higher vibe, which is basically what we're all looking for, which is happiness, contentment, and all that. But if you're worried and wondering about a connection, and if you're worried and wondering they're not being truthful and they're not being honest, what can you do? Nothing other than worry about the fact that I don't know what they're doing, and I'd rather be able to see it. Notice this card, okay? This is the Seek the Truth card. And what she is doing is as you can see, she opened some curtains, right? And the curtains are letting in the light. Now, it is through making certain that you can see clearly what is in front of you, because if those curtains were closed, she would not be able to see what was in front of her. She would not be able to see the light coming through. But it's only when she opens the curtains that she is able to see what there is on the other side, right? Because if you see on both sides of these curtains, they're like heads. And I'm thinking that they might be representing other people's perceptions, other people's perspectives, which might seem like a curtain hiding the truth, because not everyone tells you 100% of the truth all the time. What do? They add on, their own perception, and they add on their own perspective on things, which ultimately muddles up whatever they're talking about, because it's not exactly what happened, it's their perception of it, which is actually what it is all the time. It's everybody talks about their perception, and not necessarily the truth, but their perception, which is why usually when you read something, or I'm a Libra, so I like to think. Sometimes I think a little too much. But when I read something, when I watch something, when I'm hearing someone talk, right, I first think, where is this coming from? Why are they so intent on speaking this truth, and which to them might seem like the truth, but have they thought of all the angles from this situation? Have they thought of everything that has to be, that is implied? And I feel like in order for you to be in harmony with yourself, for your higher and lower self to be in harmony, for your psyche, for your higher self and your physical self, or your energetic self, to be in harmony with each other, there has to be a clear line of communication between all of these aspects of you. And trust as well. Though those come from, like, that clear line of communication comes from you being able to connect with your higher self, to connect with your intuition, and to clearly know what it means when your body is telling you one thing, but your ego is telling you something else. It's just being able to, like, be discerning of yourself. One of the most hardest things anybody could ever do is learn how to understand themselves. Heck, I still am, like, at the beginning stages of that, and everyone is. It's a work in progress. Communicating well with anybody, even with yourself, is very useful, though it's not something that everybody teaches us, right? Because in my perspective, communication is a divine art. Everybody does it, but not everybody does it well. So, that's what I'm getting. And the next part of this is that, so you are trying to see if a connection is, what you are seeing is actually what is going on, right? Then you want to make sure that what is going on is really in harmony with you and all of your aspects. And that is when I feel like this comes into play, which is the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. The moment I clearly know and clearly see what is going on around me, I can make a sound, thought out decision, or I can make a more aligned decision with my intuition as to what my next step is, right? Because that is when clear direction is presented to me through love. Because if you are really in alignment with what you really truly want, okay, you will stay away from stuff that is less opportune for you. Can I say that? Opportun. Which would be French, which is less than stellar for you. I think I should say that. Because basically, when you want to manifest anything, you first have to manifest through yourself, right? by first discovering the beauty within yourself, and then, okay, discovering what is good and what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. That is a must. That is a definite must. As well as liberating yourself from your flaws. Not to say that you are not going to take them into account. What that means is just be fine with your flaws, know them, and be aware of them so that you can then transform them, right? And purify your intellect so that you can then grow your internal light, right? So you can get better at whatever it is that you're doing. And all of this, okay, in the hope that you can clearly see what is going on, because the first aspect of your own personal power is for you to become aware of what is going on around you, so that you can then decide where you stand with what is going on, so that then you can decide what your course of action is in regards to what is going on, so that you can then find like homeostasis or something along those lines, where you kind of find balance, which is another word for harmony. Well, kind of, not really, but kind of. You know, the harmony is basically negotiation. You get to harmony through negotiation, right? You get to understanding through through negotiation. You know, that is why I said communication is a divine art. Everyone does it, but not everyone can do it well, unfortunately. And that is because they don't teach us this. They don't educate us in how to become better human beings. But what you can do, all right, and this is an amazing class, all right. It is called How to Win Friends. Well, the book is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And Dale Carnegie, who has now passed away, who has now transitioned, which is another way of saying passed away. But Dale Carnegie has a course that is actually given. I personally went to one in Montreal called the 7 Skills to Success, I think, or something along those lines. It was amazing. I learned so much. I gained so much confidence, and it taught me a lot about interpersonal communication skills. A lot. It helped me a lot in what I was putting out as content, my actual grades, my actual interactions with people, because I was actually studying in college in communication at the time when I took this class. Yes. And it like at the time I didn't really think it was helping, but it really did help. Now, so you can breathe in and out. Yet again, breathe in and out. It helps me. It helps me calm myself before I get overly excited with stuff. Right? So I'm just gonna show you guys. I'm just letting my pendulum sway on my thing. Right? E. And all I know, okay, is that if you feel the actual energetic healing, you will get between, because these things vary. For some people, it's they get thirsty. Like for me, I get thirsty like right away. So you might get thirsty. I've had one person say they got tired. I got one person say they were, they had an excess of energy all of a sudden. I don't know. Did I say someone got hungry? Yeah, I think I did. Hungry, tired, thirsty. Well, anything really. If something in your physiology changes, that is a sign that this is working. Okay? Because what is this? Well, what this is doing basically is just moving the energies within your energetic body around. What does that mean? It means that it's like, let me give you okay, think of your energetic body as a waterway. All right, the house plumbing. Now, if there was a block somewhere in your house plumbing, you will feel it somewhere else, right? Something is going to overflow, something is going to burst. That is how it is. It's basically like plumbing. So, right, if one spot, all right, became if there was like a block somewhere, what will happen? Well, there's like a lot of energy that goes, and there's no circulation, because the whole point of your energetic body is for there to be a free circulation of all of your energies throughout your entire body. It's kind of like your circulatory system. When blood gets clot somewhere, something goes wrong, right? So this is just basically cleaning out the energy ways of your body and allowing the energy to flow freely between all of your chakras, your chi, and what have you. Okay? So, my gorgeous collective, if you'd like to breathe in once more and out. Yet again, breathe in and out. So, my gorgeous collective. All right, that is all that I have for you guys this week as an energetic healing from the past week. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous collective, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.